What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Thursday Positivity Report. Sinead de Vries back in the house.
Hello. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I thought about you Sunday because we had some friends send us some Krispy Kremes. And I was going to, that was Sunday, and I was going to like, you know what, I'll bring them in for Sinead on Thursday. And Amanda's like, are you an idiot? They're
they're not going to last. I mean, I would have eaten them, but they wouldn't have been that great.
Yeah. But welcome back. It's great to see you. How are you?
Thank you. I mean, I'm fine. Yeah. I don't have a new baby at home.
That's true.
I just have a little demon child. But I can't even imagine. I was trying so hard to think about. First of all, I was like, don't text him right away. Like, don't be that person. Mm-hmm. Like, you are not important right now. you saying like, hi, Sinead. What's up? How's it going? Is not important. No, but you know what I mean. Like, it's a lot to take in the first couple weeks, and you need to like find a flow and a groove.
100%.
And you're gonna have like good days, and then you're gonna have like terrible days.
Yeah. Yesterday, I did not have a great day. I felt very overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. Like coming back to work, wanting everything to go well here.
Yeah.
And then wanting everything to be great at home and realizing that like there's nothing I can do.
No. And sometimes it's like excitement that could make you like overwhelmed. It doesn't have to be like negative feelings or anxiety or anything like that. Sometimes it's just like you want to be doing so many things. Obviously, you're going to be excited about getting back to work. This is like your new baby in a sense as well. Not a human one, but something you've worked on for a while. So it makes sense. But I don't know. It's just cherish the moments while she still can't move is all I'm saying. Because this really is. Their poop doesn't smell. They're just cute. You just want to like eat their little fat faces off.
Yes.
You know? I used to like say that to hairstyle all the time. Like, I love you so much, I'm going to eat you.
I mean, Amanda and I have been like she's on this DockATot on the couch.
Yeah.
And we're looking at her and she's like, don't you just want to squeeze her so hard? I'm like, I know, yes, I do all the time. Like this morning, so in the morning, Amanda, in her little nursery, there's this little pink chair that she feeds on and and the baby doesn't eat the chair. Like Amanda feeds the baby on the chair. Like, let's like clear that up.
Yeah, I got it.
You got that?
Yeah.
And she and they were in there listening. They listen to music in the morning, and she sleeps on her chest. And she obviously Rosie loves the skin to skin with Amanda and hates it with me because I have all the chest hair and everything. And it doesn't go that well. And like I said goodbye in the morning, and I walked out and just started crying. Like I got in the car and I started crying, and I know that'll fade as like she's like, but like for right now, it's this magical time. And she's this really really sweet little baby, and she did sleep well last night, and she's funny, you know what I mean? Like she's got good timing already. I'll be like, because I've been trying to record sounds for this game we're gonna play called Baby or Dinosaur or Baby or Animal. We're kind of figuring out. And so I was recording some sounds, and she was like, and I was like, got it, nailed it, right on cue.
That's good.
So,
I wish I could say that it's gonna you're never gonna stop missing her for sure. Because like even Nils and I went to Palm Springs to go take some pictures because it's been a while, and Nils is a photographer obviously, and he's like, I gotta take pictures. I was like, oh yeah, totally, let's do it. So we dropped him off, and we dropped him off for the first time like for an overnight stay, like that long. In like weeks, because usually he goes to my parents for like a day or whatever on the weekends. But we were like, okay, you guys are gonna have him for like 2 nights. We'll see you on Sunday. And then like 5 minutes later, Nils is like, I miss Harrison. I'm like, I know. Like, what is that? You complain about him all week, and I'm like, go to your grandparents' house, and then you're like, bye. I love you. Don't forget what I look like. It'll never go away. You know?
Yeah. Well. It's definitely not going away right now, and there's been so many kind people. A lot of people have sent us some fun gifts. Thank you, everybody, chiming in the chat. It's great to see everybody. The GPA.fun, you guys can join the Bucket Club. All those founders glasses have gone out. The Bucket Club glasses have gone out. The merch store is up, merch.thegpa.fun. We got to get some Sinead-only merch in there.
Yeah, we're going to get some Shinasty merch in
there. We do. We need some Shinasty. And I have a special surprise for you today. So...
Josh, was that last night or the night before? And you're like, I have a surprise for you.
Yeah, and then I just wrote, that was creepy.
Like, that was creepy. I'm so sorry.
You're very sorry.
I was trying to rack my brain on what it possibly could be.
Okay.
I was like, well, like, I don't know. Is it like food related? Then I was like, well, you got me donuts to my first show, so it's not that. And then I was like, what kind of person could you bring in during a pandemic. So like maybe we'd be Zooming with somebody. Then I was like, well, one of his best friends is a crock pot. So like maybe it's more like a joke, you know? Like,
The crock pot just levels up from here, like fog machine
like,
style.
look, here she is. Say hi. Like that type of thing. So I wasn't 100% sure. But no, I honestly could not think. Also, I couldn't think of any person that I like would be over the moon excited to see, which that sounds mean. It's not what I mean at all.
Well,
I just couldn't think of anyone that would like be like a thing, like a shtick.
I hope that the person that we're about to show you get excited to see. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest for Sinead de Vries. Who is it? Pull it up.
Who is it?
Who is it?
Hey!
It's David Griffin.
Oh, David Griffin. Oh, I'm excited to see D Griff. Dude, D
Yes.
Griff, I thought you were always working during the week. This is a good surprise.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
actually a good
it's kind
surprise.
of easy because I work from home, so
Yeah.
you know, I'm always here, so I'm pretty accessible.
Aw, how's it going? I haven't seen
going
you since
well.
I watched you join into the union of marriage.
Well
that
said.
was such a good wedding.
Yeah.
I was talking just the other day to my mom, and I was like, listen, I know it's kind of freaky to think about like people getting married during a pandemic, but I went to a wedding like in October or November, and I was like, around that time was the worst, and they made it work.
They did.
Like for reals. And I wasn't even like terrified. It was like nice and open, small, and the food truck was like, I told my mom, I was like,
God.
we're not going to weddings anymore unless there's a food truck. Like just not having to touch people and also being able to like everyone gets their food and then walks away took all the stress and pressure out. But I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to you since. But yeah, no, you guys crushed that
Crushed
wedding.
it.
Like props to you for having a wedding during a pandemic and doing it so like perfectly. It's kind of amazing.
It was. I said it because David was my first guest on the first ever Positivity Report, and I loved. Again, you and I were at that food truck for like a solid 25 minutes. Like we left and came back. I was like, "Oh, you're still here. Oh,
Yeah,
this is great."
Yeah, it was great. It was really, really nice. Plus, In and Out. I mean,
Come on. Yeah. How are you doing? How's like the first? What are we on month 5 of marriage here?
Yeah.
Well, 4.
Ooh,
It's been 4 months almost exactly. November or March 7th would be 4 months. So
Okay.
yeah, 4 months exactly. So yeah, we just got our photos back
Oh,
a
my
couple days
gosh.
ago. So that's why I was sending photos to you, Josh, and Sinead, and
Yeah.
it was just kind of going through all the photos and seeing everybody and bringing back memories. And I'm like, oh yeah, that happened 4 months ago. Yeah, I think it's awesome that you guys started this channel, because I think in 2020 and even now, you almost feel bad about posting positive stuff in a way, because everybody posts stuff that's
Right.
a lot of, not everybody, but a lot of people are posting stuff that's so negative and how the world is bad right now, and look at these people and look at that people, look at just back and forth on both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And I think 2020 for Michelle and I, while the year's been tough, I mean, for us it was actually a great year, and I don't know if I'd come out and just say that on social media or something and say like, oh, 2020 is a fantastic year. But for Michelle and I, it's been a great year. Our relationship has never been stronger. The pandemic we didn't get any big fights or anything. We got married, I mean.
How could you fight with David Griffin or Michelle? You guys are like,
know, they're so
the nicest
but
human beings
it's just
around.
because I realize it has been has been a tough time for a lot of people, and I'm completely
Yeah.
aware of that and understand that, and I want to respect that. But we've had a great year and a lot of good news to share, even though I'd love to be in person with you guys more often and seeing your faces in person. I'm so glad you guys could make it to the wedding. Oh, good. There's some pictures. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. It was just it was an incredible day. Not only was it just great to see everybody, but just to be in a space like that and to have a celebration, and thankfully everybody, was safe afterwards and healthy, and their families were healthy, and my parents are good, and Michelle's parents are good. Everybody was good. So it was it was a blessing. There's no other way to say it. It was just it was a really special day.
And it's okay, David, to say that you had a good 2020. It's okay to be positive. It's okay to say that. Like, listen, there's a lot of people that haven't. I think it's an artistry of how to do it, right? But it's okay to feel okay.
Yeah, 100%. And like I can totally relate. I think that in my relationship, Nils and I needed the pandemic. We were at a point where we were so busy, we didn't even like barely talk anymore. So last year really I don't feel like our relationship has ever been stronger, and it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for quarantine. So yeah, of course, I would never trade anything in the world for like how many people had a horrible year, or how many people were lost. Obviously, I would never trade that. It was horrible. But just, given what did happen, I can honestly say I totally get what you're saying. And it must have been really like good for you guys because you are going into marriage. There's no way to prepare for like spending your life with someone than being with someone all the time.
Agreed.
And same thing I said to Nils. I was like, dude, well, we fight like cats and dogs sometimes. So if we can get through this, then maybe it's all right.
Yeah.
And not only did we get through it, but we barely fought. We took up so many new hobbies. And
well, your whole house is like a geranium now.
Yes, my whole house. I live in a jungle.
No, what is that thing called? A terrarium.
Terrarium.
It was a word. I found it, Dave.
Terrarium is
I
a
found
flower,
it.
but I was just gonna. You didn't have to own it. I was just gonna let you go with it.
Thanks.
I live in a jungle, but we took up like pottery and just like random things that we've been doing together. So that's also, it is something to celebrate,
I got to get to a couple quick super chats. Matt the Beard Man, a founder and awesome guy, says, so glad I get to spend my lunch hour on the 30th birthday with the GPA and Sinead. Happy birthday, Matt.
Birthday.
And then he chimes back in, and D Griff got very excited. And Anka Von Doren says, happy birthday, Matt the Beard Man. Thank you, Anka. And David, okay. First of all, love the shirt. You look fantastic. Always styling. I love to see the wife candle in the background because women love candles.
Oh, I love candles.
But I've never been a place that smelled so good all the time. Like we make regular, trips, at least, I don't know, maybe once a month to Bath and Body Works. I always got Bed Bath and Beyond. I call it like Bed Bath and Body Works. I get them confused. I'm not sure what the difference is. They all kind of smell and have
I think after the pandemic they might come together, David. Bed Bath and Body Works sounds awesome. I love
funny.
that.
That is funny.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm definitely becoming more domesticated.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, Michelle's not even here. She, she's a teacher, so she goes to work every day. And really hasn't stopped going to work since the pandemic. So I'm here. But even when she's not here, I'll find myself like, oh, maybe I'll light one of these candles. And, it smells nice in here now.
I'm so proud. I love hearing that.
Maybe I'll light one of these candles. Full Dave Griff. Just the best. You sent me those pictures on Sunday. I sent you a little video of Rosie, and I was showing them to Amanda, and we both just kind of got very excited about the Griffin wedding because that was a highlight of 2020.
Oh, it really was.
We just waited around, and then it came. And I remember being on the dance floor with a mask and thinking to myself, this is never, like, we'll never see this again.
No.
It was just kind of like this moment in time when it all worked out. And Sinead, I finally got to meet Mrs. Griffin. And we finally got to apologize to her in person.
I know. Yeah, that was sweet. That was a sweet moment, actually. No, but I agree. You guys did it just so well. And it was also, like, good because for a lot of us, like, none of us had real communication. Do you remember, like, the debacle at the end of the night? And when I was like, do I say goodbye? Do I leave? And it was, like, one of these weird things that Josh and Amanda was like, no, it's fine. Like, they're enjoying. And Josh was like, you should probably say bye. And I'm like, I should say bye. Like, it was like, I was freaking out. But it's weird when you're taken out of a situation where also for me personally, I had just started filming again in a studio, so I hadn't actually had like face-to-face contact with anyone outside of my immediate family in like 7-8 months at that point. It was very, very strange. So it was just good in that sense. Like, oh, humanity is out there and everyone's okay. Like,
and can you think of like a better union of two amazing people to like kind of celebrate in that situation, right? Like in all the darkness and all the craziness, and it rained on your wedding day, and we still made it through. It's like two amazing people in the face of a pandemic and all that kind of stuff. We're able to celebrate love and do it together. It really was a very magical day, buddy. I know.
I don't know if I would have been that calm, to be honest with you, if I'm being 100% honest.
Well, it was a little stressful at first. I mean, one, because like with California, I know some states, are more open than others, and California is one of the most restricted states. It's starting to open up a little bit more now, but it was going, we'd be like in the purple tier. Well, there were no tiers in the beginning, and then there was like everything's closed, and it's like, okay, now we're back open for outdoor. Like, okay, that's cool. Now we have tiers, and since we were getting married in San Bernardino County, which is just over from LA County for those of you not from this area, and like, so they were in a different tier than LA County, and then their tier got worse again, and then we're like, it's just, so that was the stressful part. But once the day happened, I think what everybody warned us, or not warned us, but just kind of said like, hey, it'll fly by. You won't even notice it. And that's what happened. Dude. It went by so quickly. And then the next day we were up at like 4 a.m. driving to LAX to get on a plane. And then we went to Disney World for our honeymoon. So, I mean, it was just, and you're sitting there in the plane with a mask on, and everything kind of just hits you. It's like, we just got married. We're in the plane on a pandemic. All this stuff is going on, and it's just, it was a lot. But it was just such a cool moment. I mean, sorry if I already told this story. I can't remember the last time I was on the show, but we got on the plane. It was cool because my dad was very kind. He got us seats right in front. He got us first class seats. It's really cool. It's kind of one of our gifts. And we're just going to Orlando, so not super, but it was fun. And like the flight attendant came up and he, kind of looked at us and said, "What are you guys doing?" We told him we were doing, and he made an announcement, for everybody. And the whole plane clapped, and everybody, it's kind of awkward. Everybody's in their masks and everybody's kind of, keeping to themselves. But even in that moment, everybody's kind of, they're started clapping. It was a moment of happiness. And it was just a really cool experience, even with all the horrible stuff going on right now. That moment in time there during our wedding and honeymoon was really special. So I'm just very, for good news and everything. I was just very thankful for that. Thankful for, you and Sinead being there, and Josh, you did a fantastic job officiating. It was
you really did.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You guys are the best. All right. We can't let you go, David, without talking a little bit of TV. TV Talk, the original TV Talk, one of the greatest shows in the history of the internet.
Absolutely.
Did we watch, as somebody who likes British drama, now this is some real life drama, did you watch the Meghan Harry interview with Oprah?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay.
Man, that was riveting television right there.
It was.
No, just it was great to see Oprah back in her element. I mean, Oprah hasn't left, but you don't see her doing those kind of interviews as much anymore, especially like on CBS because she has her own network. So it's cool to see her. And I thought, it was a very tough subject to talk about. But of course, you're watching The Crown, which who knows how much of that is true. And here's, all that. And then you're watching this and it kind of all comes together. And it's, for me, watching that, it kind of made me sad, not because of the obvious stuff like the accusations of racism and things like that and depression, but just families being split apart. I think about, this time and how divided we all are and how we can't all be close, and having friends like you guys to talk to and a brother or a sister. I can't imagine being like divided from my family right now, like being in some type of argument, that was just, I don't know, that's horrible. Like I was hurting for Harry to hear him say that he's not close to his dad right now and he's not close to his brother. I'm glad he's close to his grandma. That's cool. But I wish that, I don't know, it just kind of made me sad. We all need some good news and to be with our families right now. And it's just sad to hear that they're struggling with that.
Yeah.
Who knew that like the Queen was the best one of all this? Like you
Yeah,
would
I
think
was
it would all
surprised.
come down from the Queen. Really, it just seems like she's in like a faux position, and everybody else is just like, meh, kind of the worst.
Yeah, it is kind of strange, but I think that it's hard for us to truly grasp, like, I know when you talk to British people, like obviously I live with one who has very strong opinions.
I live with one
who has very strong opinions on the royal family, but he's like, they don't really do anything like they really don't in the same way that you view your government. So stop thinking that it's like everyone's really hard at work and really like being forced to like do all these things together. I mean, their jobs are to be like they're civil servants. They do a lot of like charities and things like that, and they give back to their community. And I was like, okay, so I have to remind myself that they're not really being forced to do a lot of stuff together. Right. They're still a family at the end of the day that has to make active choices to like be a family. But yeah, no, I was like very taken aback by all of the other stuff that I didn't know already. But if you haven't watched Prince Harry on James Corden, you should check that out because that's really good. And he talks about his feelings on the crown and how he would take the crown over the British media any day. Because he's like, it's fiction, the crown is fiction. Sure, there's some parts of it that's based on stuff, but he's like, at least I know these people are writing it. The news are writing lies and being like, this is truth. But they also do like an obstacle course and they go visit the original like Fresh Prince house
in Bel Air.
In Bel Air.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a Josh Macuga pun right
there. Because James Corden like asks the owner, he's like, this is Prince Harry. They knock on her door, like, this is Prince Harry. And she's like, oh my God. And he's like, he just moved here and he's royal, so we need this house. It's good. It's like a long segment, but you can find it on YouTube. Funny. I watched it the other day. It was really funny.
What else we got, Dave Griff? I saw this Gangs of London is coming out pretty soon on something, on Stars or FX.
So yeah, Gangs of London was great, but it came out in the UK. It's been a while. They already got renewed for season 2. So it was on AMC Plus, another streaming service, before, and now it's coming to. It's finally coming to regular AMC now.
Oh, right.
Is what's going on, but it's been out for a while. Yeah, it's good. It's worth checking out. It's more. It's like it's what's his name? Gareth Evans, who did The Raid. I think I'm getting his name right. He did the
right.
Raid movies.
Okay.
So it's like The Godfather meets The Raid. So it's that, crime family. There's a dad, and there's the son. The son is the actor from Peaky Blinders.
Oh.
One of the brothers, younger brother, I'm forgetting his name.
John Cole.
And it's about like his dad and the son taking over. It's like the Michael Corleone whole thing, but with like kick-ass martial arts sequences. It's like The Raid, but The Godfather. So
Sounds right up Sinead's alley.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out.
I just watched Goodfellas the other day for the first time.
Ooh.
What? Did you
What'd
love
you
it?
think?
I loved it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's like
I have
my
an
top
issue
5
though,
favorite
because like
movies.
once I watch a movie for the first time, I'll just watch it over and over. Like there was one during quarantine, I started watching all the Tom Cruise movies I'd never seen, and I watched Jack Reacher every week for like 6 weeks. And Nose is like, Jack Reacher again, huh? I'm like, it's the best movie ever.
Do you know where they shot Jack Reacher?
I did at one point because I looked up everything, but now I can't remember. I looked at the.
If I ask you where something is from, we gotta imagine where it's from, right?
Pittsburgh.
Thank you, David Griffin.
Oh, I get it.
David's like, I'm not letting this sit anymore. It's Pittsburgh.
I thought it was
Yes.
something to do with like me. I was like, I don't know, Los Angeles. That's funny. David, have you watched that show Debris? That they've been like blowing up on TV.
I've been really bad because at IGN I focus mostly on streaming, so I've been really bad about paying attention to network TV. I kind of forget about it. I'm like, oh yeah, NBC, they have stuff.
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard much about. Did you watch it, Sinead?
No, I didn't. But there's
heard
just
anything about
I've
it.
been seeing all the commercials,
You know
and
what?
it's the floating woman. And then every time I see this commercial, I'm like, ugh. And then like the more I watch it, I'm like, well, maybe I should watch that. Like
I'm
it's
kind
one
of with
those.
you. It keeps hitting me in the thing, but the first time I saw it, I was like, ooh, another one of these science things. D Breeze. That's literally what I said.
Debris.
Because David, there was that show that you kept kind of recommending to me. I forget. It was about like the robots.
Humans.
Yeah,
Humans.
Oh, that's right.
So I
That's
see it. And I think Amanda just goes, I think it's debris. And I was like, oh, wow, Josh, you stupid dummy. Did you like WandaVision?
Yeah, it was entertaining. Yeah, it was entertaining. Yeah, I think a lot. I saw. It seemed like the talk on social media was like how high art the show was, and I thought it was just really entertaining. I thought by the end it kind of turned into like your kind of par for the course Marvel action stuff. But I really enjoyed it. I mean, amazing performances. I mean, Paul Bettany and Olsen, like great chemistry. I would watch them in anything.
Totally.
I highly recommend it. But it wasn't like. One of my favorite shows, Josh, I told you this last time, was Your Honor with Bryan Cranston on Showtime. That's like probably, I don't know when that came out technically. I guess it would have been 2020.
Well, the finale was only like 3 weeks ago, Dave. It was only,
it was 2021. That's one of my favorite shows of the year.
Oh, wow. I got to watch that. I definitely heard about it.
It is dark, but it is really good. And it is one of those shows where you feel awful the whole time. But in like a very organic way. It's kind of hard to describe. Like Amanda couldn't watch it, and then I'd have it on in the background. She'd come in and start watching. She's like, I don't know why I watched this show. So,
one of those. I have those. I'm like, I don't know why you make me do this.
Yeah.
Did you watch Ted Lasso? Josh recommended I watch the whole thing in one night.
I missed that. I know it's weird because I'm a big Premier League fan, so I should watch it. It's just one of those shows that slipped past me. Somebody else covered it on our site, reviewed it for us. So I missed that one. Now we're getting into all the press. Like we have press events coming up for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and that's next week. So that's the next big, tentpole series. There's so much stuff coming. I think, Zack Snyder's Justice League next week. There's some March and April are going to be really busy.
Yeah. Can you recommend
a lot of
stuff that you've seen that we haven't seen yet that you can recommend for the people?
That I can talk about. I always forget what's under embargo. So because I'm watching stuff like a few months out, not bragging. It's just, I'd have to really be careful. I can't remember.
Sounds like bragging, doesn't it?
I would say, what have I seen? Can I talk about?
Dave's like,
I don't know. Okay. I'm trying to, there's a show that's out now. I mean, if you like kind of cheesy, melodramatic crime dramas, like that's Michelle's like favorite books to read. She loves those. Like whenever there's like a book with a woman on the cover and it's like, what's her name? Where did she go? The woman on the lake, like all those kind of stories. Michelle loves
great, David. The woman on the lake.
Yeah. So there's a series called Tell Me Your Secrets.
Oh,
it's on Amazon.
Yes, I did hear
Amazon
about
Prime
that.
Video.
Okay.
It's Lily Robb, I think you're saying, and then one of the women's from Transparent.
Okay.
And Amy Brenneman, I think is her name. And it's super melodramatic and over the top crazy, but it's good. If you like those kind of cheesy, romance, mystery, someone died unexpectedly, like it's
Okay.
It's good. It's worth checking out.
That's maybe a recommendation for Amanda. We tried to watch
Yeah.
Nomadland a couple nights ago. And she
Oh yeah, how was
the
that?
movie. She didn't like it. I loved it, so I'm gonna have to watch that one by myself. But we are really struggling to find like a couple series. We've gone through Ted Lasso twice.
Oh, it's so good.
Yep.
And we're just like we're struggling to find something for the both of us. I've been watching that Alan V. Farrow documentary on HBO.
Yeah, on HBO, right?
And that's like the Michael Jackson one for me. Like I don't like Woody Allen. I've never liked his movies. I don't like him because I've known too much for so long. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't. But like this documentary is so disturbing, just like the Michael Jackson one was so disturbing that like it hurt. I think that's why yesterday was bad for me because I watched it and then it when I have a daughter and I think about like if somebody just the whole thing and the fact that he was able to bury and put Mia Farrow through this whole thing and like bury his family. He's a gross human being. He's a disgusting man. Should have never had a career after this all came out, and yet he still makes movies. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's tough to. Speaking of, a little lighter note, we started rewatching Parenthood.
Oh.
Or sorry, Michelle had never seen Parenthood.
Okay.
So we started watching. We're like kind of halfway through season 1 right now, and Parenthood's one of my favorite shows. So
very good show.
Trying to get ready for that part of our life.
Yeah, buddy. No announcements yet, but you guys are. I mean, you're married now. Tons of sex going on.
Jesus.
I knew I had to get one laugh in there. Come on, shit, man. Let's go.
That really took me back. I was like, did he just say that? That's funny. They've been married for 4 months, Josh.
I know. They're in that honeymoon
just
phase.
Just you had a baby. He's like, please have a baby with me.
Please, David. Come on.
Oh, that's funny.
We can what do they call it? Prearrange. We can get the Macuga and Griffin clan together.
Oh yeah.
Have them like set,
the wee Griffin clan and the Macuga clan. Come on. We'd write a show about it. David, I love having you here, buddy. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're a busy guy and you're welcome here anytime. We love you. We miss you. When this is all, I can't wait to have 3 of us in person. We will do some sort of reunion, but not until we can all be here in person. So trying to get those vaccines or whatever, and then we all get together.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
all right.
It's common. Michelle just had her first one.
Ooh,
so that was
nice.
good news.
That's exciting.
Yeah, because she's the teachers I think are eligible now.
Yeah, that's great.
The teacher should.
Yeah, can't wait to see you guys again. Thanks for having me.
You got it, buddy.
Good
Stay
to
safe.
see you.
We'll talk soon.
Thanks. You too.
All right, David Griffin. What a legend.
I love him.
Just a bright light.
Yeah, he's so nice.
Let me get to a couple super chats. Our buddy Garrett's firing me. He's a golf pro outside Illinois, near Chicago.
Oh, nice. Where outside Illinois?
I forget the name of the town. Garrett, if you could throw it in there, that'd be great.
That'd be great.
Luxury of being in my office by myself. The Players is on TV and Positivity Report on my phone. Bang, bang, boom. Players Championship this weekend. Sinead, who you got?
Ooh, what's that one guy who does that one thing who's really good?
Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
He was injured in a car accident.
Okay, well then you're supposed to say someone that's going to make me look smart.
Rory McIlroy?
Yeah, him.
He's actually playing really bad this morning.
Oh my God. Who do you like?
I'm big right now on Matthew Fitzpatrick and Corey Connors. Matthew Fitzpatrick, an Englishman, and Corey Connors, a Canadian.
Ooh, are there any South Africans?
Yes, there is. Christian Bezuidenhout.
Is he good?
He's good. I picked him this weekend as well.
Bezuidenhout?
Bezuidenhout.
You saying that right?
Bezuiden. There's like 19 letters. Hold on. If you can, you know what? That's actually a fun game. Hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna look it up and see if you can, because he's South African.
I've never been able to get into golf.
Why?
I don't know. It's the same way like with cricket, you know? Nils is like, just give it a chance. I'm like, I can't.
We have a putting green right there.
Okay.
I saw that.
Say that name.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Okay, he's a golfer from South Africa. Christian Bezuiden.
It's not. I don't think it's Bezuiden.
Bezuidenhout?
No, because like the Zuid, I think is like Sood.
Oh, Bezuidenhout.
Or something close to that. But then Hout should be right.
Right?
If it's not Hout, then it's Hout. But it looks like Hout.
Okay. So
I've never even seen that last name ever in my life.
Bezuidenhout. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Is he good?
Yeah, he's good.
Okay,
and
then I'll put it on South Africa.
Put it on South Africa.
Is he playing for South Africa?
Well,
like as a South African, or is he like from Michigan?
No. He's from South Africa. I mean, he's not like you don't like play for your country. That only happens in like a couple different tournaments. But you have the flag next to your name.
Oh, I knew that. I was just testing you. You passed. Good job. Good job, Josh.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all so much. It's been a heck of a day so far. Shout out to Brian Jackson, who sent in a super chat. Thank you, Brian. Yes, Josh, let's celebrate life and spread the good to people that need it, perhaps for a positive virus of good. Yes, I like that. Okay. Garrett Farney says Stockton. It's more like Northwest Illinois.
Interesting.
LOL.
Interesting. Have heard of Stockton before.
You have?
Yeah, one time I was at a bar and this guy was like, "Where are you from?" I was like, "Originally from South Africa, then Chicago, and obviously I live in LA now."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Chicago too." I was like, "Oh yeah, where?" And he was like, "I'm from Gary," and I was like,
That's
Indiana?
Indiana.
And he was like, "Yeah, it's basically Chicago." And I was like, "Get the hell out of here!" Like I was so annoyed. I was like, "Dude, that is a reach. That is a reach if I have
It's not
seen
even
one."
the same state.
That's
It's like when people be like, "Oh, I have friends in Philadelphia." I was like, "That's 5 hours away."
Yeah, that's like me being like, "Oh yeah, I'm from Mexico." Like, good job. I live an hour and a half away from a different country. It's not like I'm gonna say that. I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, I get that it's like 45 minutes, but still.
Yes. Sinead, the ailment says Sinead's sweater is rad. I also agree that Sinead's sweater is rad.
Thanks.
Now, where did we pick this up? This is great.
Ooh, I don't know.
It has like a vintage feel to it.
Yeah,
Is it
no,
vintagey?
it's not. I think it's like one of those like Romway companies.
It has a nice feel to it.
I
Sorry,
love a
I just did
grandpa sweater,
the
you know?
George Costanza.
It feels like something that's like on the Queen's Gambit. Like,
Yes, very Queen's
Still haven't
Gambit.
watched
You're
that
gonna
show,
kick
I'm
ass.
sorry.
Well, I
So
think
good.
that's right up your
I
alley
know,
there.
but once everyone starts talking about a show, unless it's you, honestly, if you're like, "You need to watch this show," then I will go home and I'd be like, "All right," and then immediately I'm like, "All right, I need to watch the show." Like True Detective.
That feels good because my wife definitely does not act
No,
like
I listen
that.
after
Yeah.
True Detective. I would allow you to pick all my shows for
Okay.
the rest of my life
Good.
because
Yeah,
True
yeah, yeah.
Detective changed my life, and then Ted Lasso was great too. And those are both shows you're like, you need to watch this. Like, just do it. But when everybody in the world is talking about a show,
Yeah.
I have to like wait because my expectations need to be not so high.
Got it. That makes sense.
Otherwise, I will go in expecting it to be incredible. Same with Bridgerton and Queen's Gambit, because it's not just like my friends. It's like everybody is talking about it.
I will say Bridgerton for me, and I know your taste in TV.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, and
It's all right.
I'm not into like the girly shows that
Yeah,
much. And I
it's-
know it's
it's-
not girly, but it's like appeals to.
It's very. It's Gossip Girl meets Downton Abbey meets like cool hip TikTok.
Ooh, yeah, you had me until cool hip TikTok.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Gossip Girl means Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
But yeah, I mean, I think you will like points of it, and then it's. I don't know. I mean, it has its ups and downs, that's for sure. But Amanda was glued to it, and I was like, I gave it about 50% of my attention.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave Velarde comes in and says F1. No, I told Sinead to watch F1.
And I, again, watched
Yeah.
it, loved it, was like terrified when it was ending, realized there was a second season,
Boom.
watched all of that, and then like watched a little bit of season 2 again a couple weeks ago. And I am not allowed to say the words Lewis or Hamilton in my household.
It's a handsome man right there. Alex Marzonia in the chat. Marzonia, miss you, Macuga. Do you miss Sinead as well? Because you should. She's the best. But that's her. Yeah, no, I will say because of the baby and like we're kind of and quarantine, whatever, we're like very stuck at home and we've been struggling to find things to watch. So I will start things, and then Amanda, listen, she's crushing it as a mom, so she's constantly like moving around,
Yeah.
and she doesn't do well. Like I do well with just like the baby next to me or on me, and just like chilling out and doing some stuff. But like Amanda, she's way more active than I am. So I don't think that she has like wanted to jump into things. So the movies have been like, did you watch the Kristen Wiig movie, Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar?
No, is it good?
It's hilarious.
Really?
You would love it.
Really?
It's my
Because
kind of humor.
The trailer is not good.
It's not.
Like, it's actually terrible.
Just like Teenage Bounty Hunters trailer is awful, but the show
Yeah.
might be the best show
I
on
forgot
Netflix.
when you did recommend it. That one I did not take you up on. But I did tell Nils, I'm like, hey, Josh said we have to watch this movie.
They canceled it after one
Or watch
season,
this
which is
show.
an absolute travesty. It was the best show Netflix put out last year.
Well, if you need a reality show, you should watch Summer House on Bravo.
My buddy Carl Radke's on it.
You? No? Carl Radke?
He was on the Josh Macuga show.
What? Get him on here.
Okay.
Please.
Hold on, let me call him. Let's see if he answers.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Carl is our favorite character, mine and my boyfriend's.
So Carl and I went to high school together. He's
That's
3 years
so
younger
tight.
than me. Okay. Let's see if he answers. Okay. Just a great dude.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
The
dude.
show
Great
is
family.
amazing.
His dad was my brother's Little League coach. His brother was my brother's age. And I used to like bully Carl, and not bully, but I like used to make fun of him when we were in high school. If he answers, this would be great. We stayed buddies. Moved to New York, but when I saw Carl again after I graduated high school and saw him again 4 years later, he's like 6'4". I'm like, Jesus, Carl! Last time I saw you, you were like 5'7". Now I can't bully you.
Yeah, he's huge.
Yeah, he's not answering. That's all right.
Get him on the show. I'd love to talk to him.
We'll talk to him.
No, he's been it's been a lot this season. He's shared a lot about his family and it's been crazy. But
he's a great dude, great kid.
I don't know. We love him.
Yeah.
We're like, Carl, we love you, Carl.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know any of the other people on the show, but I know
Just watch it. It's so
Carl
good.
very well. One time I told this story on the Josh Macuga show, but so Carl's brother Curtis and my brother played soccer together, and so Carl and I would have to go to these games, and you're so bored because you're not playing. Your parents just go in the woods. So Carl, myself, and my buddy Colin, we found a beehive, and we're like, Carl, throw a rock at the beehive. Carl throws a rock at the beehive. Bees swarm everywhere. We all come back stung by bees. Our parents what'd you guys do? And Carl's like, Josh made me throw a rock at a beehive. And I'm like, Carl, fuck!
That's
it was
so funny.
Yeah. So
wow, you really were that kid, huh?
Yeah. We were always just doing stupid stuff.
It's not worse than the worst thing I ever did to another kid.
What'd you do?
I told this kid, I'd been in America for 4.5 minutes too, which makes it worse because we were at a hotel still trying to figure out where we were going to live with my dad's job. And I met this kid and I told him that if he pulled the fire extinguisher, that candy would come out of the bottom of it. And he did. And this was a really big hotel. That was one of those Holiday Inn type of extended stay ones where it's thousands and thousands of people. So he pulled the fire extinguisher, the entire hotel evacuated. And the fire trucks were there, and all I remember is seeing this man looking out the window, seeing this man in his robe running with his suitcases. That's the image I have as a 6-7-year-old. And my mom opened the hallway, knew immediately there's no fire, the kids are outside. So she opened the hallway and she was like, Sinead! And I was like, and I blamed the whole thing on him. Didn't come out with the truth until
2 weeks ago?
No.
Just right now?
I was in Illinois. This was in Atlanta. I was in Illinois at that point. So it was years later that I finally told my mom, hey, do you remember that one time I said that his name was Ramon, poor little kid. He got beat with a wooden spoon that night. Yeah, it was really sad. And I felt so guilty about it. So I had to tell my mom, and I know that that kid was probably that's stupid. Years later, if that were me, I'd be like, that bitch ruined my life. I got beat with a wooden spoon that night.
I'll get to you in 1 second. Alex Marzonia comes in. I think I only met Sinead once at Comic-Con, but yeah, I miss her too. I'll tell you who doesn't miss her, Ramon. Ramon has the Billy Madison list of people I want to kill. Sinead de Vries number one.
Can you imagine? And no one believed him. He tried to tell the truth, but.
How about in middle school? I think I 7th or 8th grade. I forget which grade, but they kept pulling the fire alarm, and so the principal gets on the thing. And he's like, "Listen, if one more person pulls the fire alarm, I'm gonna have to. We can't disengage the fire alarm. Okay, that's against the law. So if you keep pulling the fire alarm, the cops are gonna come, and you're all gonna get arrested." And so somebody pulled it again, and apparently they caught the kid, and he got expelled. He got expelled from our school.
Kid got expelled from my high school for bringing a BB gun because somebody saw it and thought it was a real gun, and we went into lockdown for 6 hours.
Whoa.
And then I kept thinking that poor kid, yes, I know it's BB gun, you should never do that, don't be stupid, but at the same time, knowing that the cops are checking every room at gunpoint, coming up to every room, checking, patting everyone down, knowing that you're that kid that has the BB gun, and he got expelled. And we were 17.
That's
and
not
to get
good.
expelled right at the end like that.
Oh. That's tough.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Some kid threw calling a bomb threat for standardized tests. I was like, those don't matter.
The ISATs?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Illinois. But
who knows? Whatever they not the LSATs or the SATs. It's
the
the
ones
standardized.
that you take
to get your money for your school.
With the Scantrons and the big packets, and it's pictures of people.
Yes, that one.
Jeez, that was the best day ever. You got to go home early.
And you got snacks in the middle of the test.
Snacks.
They were like, you got to bring snacks because your brain's working overtime. I was like, it's always working overtime.
Yeah,
I'm constantly getting berated by teachers.
If you got a really good teacher, they'd be like, oh, I brought snacks for you, and they'd have tons of snacks in a basket. Wow, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed if someone called in a bomb threat during the SATs.
I know. Red is not a flavor, says Ramon got hit with a wooden spoon that night. LOL. What a great tag to the story. Ikaika Shively, Hawaiian Hunk, Prince of the Islands, Aloha Friday. What do you got?
That just reminds me of
got the Ninja Turtles arcade game behind you.
Oh, that's tight.
That's a
This is
sick
a new,
move.
They just released a trailer yesterday. It's a new game.
No way.
Yeah, and it's like old school graphics.
Yeah, it's cool.
Sick.
But yeah, it reminded me of my uncle's wedding. I was probably about like 8 or 9. It was during the reception. Me and my cousin from Hawaii, we went to this thing called payphones.
Yeah.
And we prank called 911. And I was like, oh, the building's on fire. Ah! And then just hung up. And then like thought nothing of it. And then my cousin did it a couple times. And then later, like, everyone's dancing. The doors burst open and it's the fire department. And then I go and hide behind my dad. And I start crying. And he looks at me. He's like, what did you do?
Woo.
Oh, that's funny, dude. At a wedding too, and I like when you're like, the building's on fire, and then you hang up. That's so relatable. Like as a kid,
It's like a dumb thing that you don't even think of. Like,
dude,
This is opening an awesome.
that's funny. Wait, you said your uncle's wedding?
yeah, it was my uncle's wedding.
You just go outside and use a payphone, and I would have gotten in so much trouble.
Because it was like a hotel, like where like the banquet hall, so they had the payphones like in the lobby, and we just went out there.
That
and,
is
goodness.
so funny. The building's on
She's
fire.
like, you don't need coins to call 911. I was like, what?
What?
This is a game changer. I know what we're doing for the next 20 minutes.
His dad just chimed into the chat. K.O. Shively. I remember that well.
That's hilarious. That is so funny.
Your new nickname is just 911.
That's so funny. Oh, man. No, that is so funny. I was that kid, you know? I was 100% that kid. Like, my mom had no idea what was coming when she had me. She thought I was like gonna have a little princess, and I was such a little shithead.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like a boy trapped in like just being like I'm gonna like cause shit all the time. Yeah, but that's hilarious. Good story.
Okay, so I always was scared of the fire alarm 911. I think my parents scared the crap out of us as a kid. We were never allowed to touch anything like that. But so somebody told me at like the 5th grade chorus concert that you could stick your hand up the vending machine and get snacks. And I was like, genius. So I'm sticking my hand, it gets stuck. And I get in trouble with my hand stuck up the vending machine. And I'm not at the beginning of the chorus concert. My parents in the crowd. And then I come in for like the second song. And then my arm is like kind of hurt. I'm like holding it. And I've got this like little like boy suit on, right? And I'm like, little guy, like singing my song. And I come out afterwards. And I'm getting ushered by the 2 teachers to my parents. And like, yeah, his hand was stuck in the vending machine trying to steal snacks. And my dad's like, we don't feed you enough food at home, you fat ass. Because I was a little bit of a fat kid. And so the next day I have to go to school, and I get detention after school for 2 weeks for sticking my hand up the vending machine for stealing.
They told on you?
Yeah,
the
they ran on
embarrassment
me.
of having to like walk you to your parents wasn't enough.
Yeah. And so I have to do like after school janitorial work. Like I have to clean toilets. I have to empty trash, all this kind of stuff. And my parents have to come pick me up. And my mom was like, I bet this feels great, doesn't it? Sticking your hand up. My parents were living. I think my parents are still pissed about the vending machine.
Wow, that's crazy.
We've got some awesome stuff in chat here. Christy McGee says, one of my brothers got in big trouble for belching over the PA at school. That's just funny.
Dude, that's like something from a movie. That's
hilarious. Haskell 420, in Catholic school, we had someone doing the same thing 1 year. So over the summer, they put new ones in. And when you pulled it, liquid sprays on your hands. When you wash it, it turned blue. Oh,
that's
genius.
smart. That's so smart.
James Davidson pops in. I got expelled for skateboarding around the school and making my teachers chase me. God help me what my gifts are going to be like when they grow up. My kids are going to be like when they grow up.
That's
what
funny.
do you got?
Speaking of vending machines, I was with my brother and sister and my dad. We were at like Safeway or something, like at the register.
Yeah.
And straight ahead of those toy machines where you put a quarter in.
Yeah.
And
So
crank 'em.
I wanted one, so I put my hand in it. And my brother and sister were right there watching, like, hey, I have to go for it. And my hand got stuck.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, ah! And the whole machine's shaking. And my brother and sister just run away laughing. My dad's like,
And KO probably should chime in the chat again. Remember that well. Oh,
That's
man.
so funny.
This is my friend Rachel Donald coming. My friend got in trouble at school because he apparently touched a bus inappropriately. Didn't know that was a thing. Oh, man.
One time, my sister and I snuck Smirnoff Ices during a family party, and I was like, don't drink before you're allowed to. I was a teenager, and I got my middle finger stuck in the bottle. And so my sister and I were trying desperately to get it out. And then she's like, Sinead, this, and we were in South Africa. We were in South Africa with our whole.
Isn't it legal in South Africa though?
The drinking age is 18, but like
you were 16.
Yes, to a certain degree, yeah, a lot of people drink with their families. It's just part of like the culture or whatever. But I was like 15, which is really young. Yeah. Don't do it. But anyways, Kelly's like, we got to get your finger out. Like, what are we gonna do? So I was like, okay, and we're like a little bit tipsy at this point, and then she's like, Sinead, I'm gonna have to get Daddy, and I was like, no. So I walk in so ashamed with my hand behind my back, and he's like, you been drinking? I was like, mm-hmm. And he's like, what's behind your back? And I take my hand, and it's the Smirnoff Ice bottle just dangling from, and he's like, Sinead.
The original iced.
I was so ashamed, but we were able to do it without my mom seeing.
Oh, my goodness. People are popping in with some very funny ones. John G says, I got in trouble for flipping off my brothers in church on Easter Sunday when I was 5.
When you were 5? Oh, my gosh. If I saw Harrison flip the bird, I'd cry. Jeez, that's pretty funny though.
Wait a second. Bamo thinks, or Barno thinks comes in. I once got a detention for pushing somebody pushed in front of a bus, and I got hit by the bus, so I deserved it. We got to get Ko Shively in here. He says, "Oh, the stories I can tell." Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Bring it. Aloha Friday. Ko, you're always welcome in here, my buddy.
That's so funny, dude.
A Sulkstar comes in with a super chat. I got suspended for setting off a fire extinguisher in class. The trouble really started when I corrected the principal when he called me a pyromaniac. He's actually the opposite of pyromaniac.
Yeah, he's like, well, you see. Wait, that's actually like, I've just wanted to be able to do that once, right? Don't you just want to set up a fire extinguisher one time? The curiosity is really just like...
It sits there and it looks at you like the big red button on the spaceship.
And then you see cartoons where they hit the fire extinguisher and they fly up in the sky. Like, is that going to happen?
I don't think so.
I need to know. I need to know.
One person did in my fraternity one time, but you know how in a fraternity you have to have a fire extinguisher or they will condemn your house, right? So we set off the fire extinguisher. It just covers everything in like this white powder that you can't get off stuff. Like you have to like, takes a long time to clean it up. And to replace a fire extinguisher is like $1,700, just like a basic fire extinguisher. It's very, very expensive. So we're not. Jesse Roach wants to know, Ikaika, did the firefighters join the wedding? Did they just
join
the
they left, and my uncle was pissed at me.
Oh my gosh, on his wedding.
Jesse Roach also chimes in. My mom cried the first time I did a cake stand. Yes. Boom. I love that.
That's hilarious.
One time, my parents would come to Penn State every year for a tailgate, for like a football tailgate, right? And they'd put together this awesome tailgate. Uncles, aunts, friends, everything. So we come after the game. My buddy from high school, Donnie, who's the best, he was in my wedding. He came up to Penn State to visit. He didn't go to Penn State. And we got hammered before the game, and then my parents were having a tailgate after the game, right? So we had it before, we all went into the game, and then we were going to finish off all the food and beer after the game. We come out of the game guns blazing, like coming in hot. Donnie is hammered, I'm hammered. Donnie got arrested at another tailgate for trying to jump on a cop's bike, right? The cop was like, don't get on the bike, that's illegal. And Donnie's like, I got this, no big deal. Jumps on the bike, So we get to the tailgate and we get hammered. My buddy jumped through a urinal while my dad was in the urinal. My dad got really pissed in like one of the porta-johns, right? So midway through the thing, Donnie's walking around. My brother form tackles Donnie and Donnie gets a concussion. Like, this is an aggressive tailgate, right? So fast forward. 2 days later, my cousin Joey, who's now the doctor, he was on the show, remember? My cousin Joey was on the show. He's the doctor. So he's in 5th grade or 6th grade at the time, and he does a DARE presentation about the dangers of drinking. And he says, I went to a tailgate in Penn State, and my cousins got really and told the whole story. And my mom's like, are you happy? Are you proud of yourself? Your cousin's using you as an example of what not to do at a DARE in the 5th grade. I'm like,
that's so funny.
Oh, man. My parent, Xander Majovsky says, my parents banned me from watching Spaceballs when I said my ass was on backwards when I was 4. Genius. That's good. Oh, man. Jesse Roach has a bunch of assholes who love drinking. Love y'all. And a happy birthday to Matt, the beard man, who sent us a bunch of beer. We'll send you home with a couple beers. He sent us some.
I thought this whole time you were saying Matt, the beard man.
Beerd. So he's a beer guy. It's a pun.
I don't get it.
Matt, the beard man. That's his, handle. It's his thing. His full name is something else. I'm not going to say it online. But
Wait, but you're saying because beer, like the drink.
Yeah, because he works at a brewery. He's a tour guide at a brewery.
And he has
New
a beard?
Holland Brewery. I think he's got a beard.
Oh.
I haven't seen.
So it has nothing to do with beard.
It has a lot to do with beers and probably beard. He's got both.
Why am I not understanding this?
Do you want to see the name? Here, I'll just.
I get what you're saying.
Right, like there. That's his Matt the Beard Man.
Oh, I get it now. Jeez.
Man, that took a minute.
It really did. I was
Sinead
like,
de
he
Vries,
doesn't have a
everybody.
beard.
She's still got a Smirnoff Ice stuck on her middle finger.
It's true. It's been cutting off circulation to my
I
brain.
think you know how there's that thing called icing people where you give them and they like kneel down and they chug a Smirnoff Ice. Have you ever seen that online? You never seen this? Like if somebody gives you a Smirnoff Ice out of nowhere, you have to kneel down and chug it. It's called being iced. So maybe we do a Sinead Ice where it's like you gotta jam your middle finger in a bottle and try and get it out without
It's
losing
impossible.
your finger.
It's literally because
Did you have to like whack it and break it?
No, we had to like sit there under the sink, and the whole time I was just looking at my dad like that. The whole time he's just running the water like, it's the longest like 3 minutes of my life because if you pull on it, it actually like makes it worse. It makes your hand, your fingers start swelling.
You can remember Jimmy Fallon. Do you remember a while back? He got his wedding ring caught on a table when he fell, and it almost ripped off his finger. It's like a legit thing, and you can lose your finger. Like that bone never heals back unless you get emergency surgery, which I'm always scared of because I'm so scared to drop my child. Like I hold her so hard, because I fall and trip and do things all the time. I'm a clumsy human being.
Yeah.
Matt the Beard Man chimes in, says, "I like beer and I have a beard."
Okay, so that's what I asked you if he had a beard, but then you said the reason you lost me is you're like, I don't know. He probably has a beard. And I'm like, what? Isn't that the point? Why would he be the beard man if he didn't also have a beard?
He can't shave now. But he sent us beers. He sent us 3 different kinds of beers and bourbon. Bourbon, beer barrel bourbon, and he sent us the Dragon's Milk. He sent us a Dragon Milk Stout. The Stout apparently is 11% alcohol by volume, which is like...
It's going to be a fun Thursday.
Let's do it. Crafted Jedi 66 says, I went around my neighborhood calling everybody bitch when I was 5. I heard it for the first time earlier that day and thought it was funny. My mother didn't let me out of the house for 6 months.
Can you imagine? Yeah, out of sheer embarrassment.
Yep.
She's like, oh, God, we can't show our faces.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, so good. I'll tell you what, this has been an amazing show. Real quick.
Yeah.
Have you seen Katie Couric on Jeopardy yet?
No.
She's amazing.
Really?
She's the best guest host they've had. Ken Jennings and Mike were great, but Katie Couric is on a whole other level. I haven't seen it. Because she's so sweet about it. I've said it for 4 straight days. She's like, oh my God, you got it. Way to go. Get up next. She is so excited to be there.
That's
and, they're donating all of the time that she's doing the guest hosting. They're donating all of the money that they win, that they will match that total and donate to Pancreatic Cancer Society, which is really good. And she's just fantastic. I'm so obsessed with Katie Couric being on Jeopardy. I'm looking forward to all the other guest hosts, but Katie Couric has set the bar.
Oh, okay, I'll watch.
Okay, so I've been doing dad jokes a little differently.
Okay.
Okay, so your dad joke of the day, in chat, if you guys want, just give me a word, and I will write a dad joke for tomorrow. So yesterday, somebody gave me the word banana. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I wrote a few of them because my one yesterday wasn't very good. Okay, are you ready? Mm-hmm. How do you grade bananas? How do you grade bananas?
I don't know how.
You grade them on a curve.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Come on. Hit the thing. Come on, come on. You got it? Thank you. There you go. All right. What's a banana's favorite game show?
Peel a Fortune.
You got it. You got it.
Really?
You did it. Yeah, Sinead. I would also have accepted peel or no peel.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Why was the banana so sad?
Because it split its peel.
Oh, very close. You heard its peelings.
Oh, that one's good.
You like that one?
Yeah.
All right, here's your final one. Where's the weakest part of the banana?
Ooh, I don't know.
It's Achilles' peel.
Oh, that's good.
Do you like that one?
Yeah.
Come on, the banana one is pretty good, Kaika.
Those are good. Because it's still corny, right? Because
Yes.
it doesn't even sound.
Thank
Peel
you,
doesn't
guys.
sound like wheel or heel, other than it just rhymes. It doesn't sound like it, but there's some creativity behind it.
Christy McGee sends in pumpernickel. Ranger Don said mountain. How about AJ Swackert? Chinchilla.
Ooh, chinchilla.
I'm going to take chinchilla. Will be the word tomorrow.
Chinchillas scare the hell out of me.
They're adorable. Have you put them in a dust bath? It's amazing.
What?
How they get clean? Chinchillas? You put them in a dust bath and they dust around. They're like Sonic the Hedgehog. So they get clean in these dust baths.
It's the same way I feel about guinea pigs.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
Just like, why is it that big? You know?
it's not that big. They're like this big.
Right, but it's small, but it's also big.
Oh.
It just doesn't seem right.
You don't like that medium size.
Yeah, that medium size is weird. It's like, are you a dog?
Are you a dog?
Are you a cat?
It's a
Are
solid
you
question.
Are you a gerbil? I just am very confused about the whole thing.
Man, I think we need deep thoughts with Sinead de Vries. Where
I
she
also have a lot of fears, just in general. You know?
You're talking to King of Fear over here.
And you have a lot of allergies.
Tons. Did you hear about the macadamia nut thing?
No,
You
you ate a
didn't?
macadamia nut?
Okay, so this was it was right before I left for paternity leave, if you will. Okay, so Ken brought in these power bars, and I read the thing, and I was like, oh, there's no nuts in this, no big deal. Well, the thing was like macadamia nut butter. It was covered by the thing. I didn't see it.
Oh gosh.
So I eat about half of it, and then I'm like, uh-oh. So I read the label. I'm like, shit, guys. And we have this conference call. It's like an important call for the company, and I like stand up, and I'm like, so I walk outside. I'm getting some fresh air. I call Amanda. I'm like, babe, I did something stupid. She's like, what? I'm like, I ate a macadamia nut power bar. She's like, you idiot. She's like, I'm going to get my hair done. I can't come to get you. I was like, all right. So I come back in. I'm like having trouble swallowing. I can't really breathe. I run over to 7-Eleven. I grab a bunch of Benadryl. Ken and Mark are still on the phone call with the person on the TV. And I was like, Ken. He drives me home. I took like 7 Benadryl. I was out cold from like 2 p.m. to 8 p.m.
I was gonna say, how do you take Benadryl and not just immediately?
Just zonk.
Yeah, I took 4 one time. I fell asleep on the stairs going up to my room.
See? It's dangerous.
Benadryl will knock you out, but I was
Knock
having
you
a
out.
severe. And when you're having an allergy attack, like
Yeah.
your life is over until it's done.
100%.
Like you're useless.
Useless. And so,
That's horrible.
It was brutal.
I can't imagine being allergic to nuts. I friggin' love like all of them, just in everything. Trail
I've only been able to
mix.
eat peanuts my whole life. That's it.
Yeah, that's the worst kind.
Yeah. Well, so I've been told.
What about you don't cashews?
I can't eat cashews.
Oh my god.
I mean, here's the thing: is I could try, but I don't want to. 'Cause
Being allergic to macadamia
it's like a
nuts,
48-hour thing.
Do you take offense to that? Because isn't
Yeah,
macadamia nuts in everything?
Yeah, it's like,
And it's the best
this,
chocolates
I can't
too,
bring this.
and
I've heard.
candies.
That's
You
what I've
can't,
heard.
you can't have pistachios either, huh?
No,
Pistachios is
that's
the
a
best
mistachio
one.
for me.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the best one, and it's like a fun art project too at the same time.
I've heard this. The shells. all
Yeah,
of it.
Harrison has to show us before he puts it in his mouth. Because one time he put a shell in his mouth, and my life flashed before my eyes.
Yeah.
I'm like, you spread that, like, just wait,
Yeah.
just you wait.
Oh no.
Like, what is in your mouth?
She caught you feed her the bottle and she gets so excited about it she drinks too fast
Yeah,
and then
and
she
she coughs.
does this little cough where she goes like it's like I got the black lung pop and I'm like oh god I'm like hitting her on the back of me. It's like you don't have to hit her that hard. It's like I saw a nurse do it in the hospital. She's
Yeah,
like, the nurse was
well,
110 pounds.
Yeah, well, I mean, after my C-section too, like something happened with Harrison's lungs, and they said it was related to the C-section, and
Yeah.
he like started choking, and I was like freaking out, like absolutely having a panic attack.
Mm-hmm.
This is horrible. And when they're that young and then they are like coughing, the cough sounds like the Black Plague.
It's insane. Like
Yeah.
any noise that comes out of her, I'm like, oh my god, is she okay? I'm telling you, it's a different level of worry. Just the basics says peanuts are a legume, not a nut. This I know.
Yes,
This is-
yes.
We hear it all the time. All right, word of the day. You ready?
Yeah.
Empyrean. Empyrean. Empyrean.
E-M-P-Y.
Empyrean. Empyrean. Ikaika, you got to guess.
Is it related to like being impish?
No.
Okay. Imperial.
Word of the day.
To be superior.
Ooh, sort of. Kind of close.
Yeah, because I was thinking if it's Empyrean, then it can't be exactly like imperial. 'Cause
Right.
then they would just use that word.
Mm-hmm.
Empyrean. In or im?
In.
Empyrean.
Empyrean.
So then it's got to be the
Clock is ticking.
opposite. Like something to do with like piracy, right?
No. We were looking for relating to heaven or the sky.
What?
Empyrean. Yeah.
That's not a real word.
Okay. Guys, listen. You play by Sinead's rules.
Listen.
You play by Sinead's rules.
Listen, I known God for 29 years, never heard that word.
Boom. Okay. The question of the day, I said, if you get a silly tattoo on your body, what would it be and where? This is a family show, remember? Okay, so some very good, funny ones. John Gramberg said, since I broke both my ankles one more than once, I would get a tattoo on both ankles that say ankle 1, breakin', and ankle 2, breakin' 2, not quite the electric boogaloo. It's a lot of words.
That's a lot of words.
On your ankle.
And foot tattoos, they hurt.
But to go with the theme, we got to go with A.J. Schwackert, former quarterback, University of Wisconsin. A banana on the arm, so you always have something to reference for scale ready to go. You know, like this is the size of a banana against, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't advise that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't do that.
How about this one? A smiley face on the bottom of your big toe. That way, when I relax on a beach for a pool, the mood is a little mood booster. A little smiley face on your toe. So you sit up, people are like, oh, he's got a smiley face. All right.
Yeah, but if you use that as an excuse to start showing off your feet more than
Whoa.
like on an airplane or something like that, just because you're like, I want to make people feel better.
That one came from Mitch at Captain Package 7. Yeah. I saw, like, it's the person that puts the mustache on the thumb. The finger.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. Videos that make me smile.
Yay.
Yay. You just hold the smile until the video pops up.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
This is one of these videos that Amanda and I would try and do this. Okay, watch. Boom. Like it's like cheerleading, and then watch this couple. Do it again. Do it again. Like,
Shame.
boom. Got it. This is Amanda and me. I'm like, yeah, all right. Okay, now, no, I need to get up to the upper. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. No. Oh, you're on? You're on? Don't let go. Don't let go. Did you rip something off the fridge? Oh, his poor hat came off. Oh, just the best.
Shame.
All right, let's go to the next one. Okay. So look, this kid lost his ferret in a house fire, and his girlfriend got him a new ferret. Now listen, I don't advocate ferrets as pets because I don't know what they're capable of. But the only ferrets I've ever met have been very sweet. And this poor guy lost his ferret in a house fire, and he now has a new ferret. Isn't that lovely?
That's so sweet.
Yeah, it's a nice group. Yeah. Ah, poor guy. He looks like such a frat bro, but he's crying. You know? Look at his buddy.
dude,
Are they
that-
like spinning an album or something?
Dude, that was you.
That was me.
Yeah.
What happened?
That's what- I was a frat bro. I'm not saying.
Yeah, and definitely crying.
Yeah, definitely. You kidding me?
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah, it's really
That's
nice.
really
And look at that
nice.
little ferret. Ferrets are kind of cute. But also, yeah, I mean, I think it's an acquired taste. It's like people that own reptiles. No, they're nothing against it. No, nothing against people that own reptiles.
Dude, I
it's
have
just an
a
acquired
turtle.
taste.
Like, she's fine, but she's small.
Yeah, tortoise. A tortoise? Or is it
No,
turtle?
it's a turtle.
Oh, okay. Is it hanging water?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I saved her. She was being sold on the side of the street for like $2.
Whoa,
I
that
was
is
like,
a
you
sale.
give me that turtle.
Dang.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Ferrets are kind of in the guinea pig category for me. You know, nothing will be as terrifying as like, I don't know, like a turkey or something. but
Turkeys are, I mean, hideously scary animals. And they will literally rip your face
They
off.
will
Like,
rip your face off.
Let's do one more. Don't pull that fire alarm, Ramon. Just don't do it. Okay, so here's what I gotta say. This guy is trying to scare his wife. Clearly, this is set up, okay? Because the kitchen's well lit. Nobody keeps their kitchen lit at night, okay? And she sees this thing, and that's just bad acting. This is not good acting. So if you want to see somebody really freak out, you should watch our TikTok, which is just videos that Ikaika has edited together of me screaming during video games. That's why I put this up. It was a promo version.
Yeah, you know what? And yeah, you know what? It's also like it's tough when you do a prank TikTok. This is my issue with TikTok. It's over very soon.
Yeah.
After a while, you know that like somebody's pranking you.
Yeah.
So then, in order to keep that going, you have to like script it out, which
Yeah.
is very boring.
It's very boring.
But that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Like I should do something like that.
Yeah.
Nils is terrified. Like he'll like jump scares, and
Yeah.
Harrison too.
Me too. Are you kidding? I think, yeah, here, show our TikTok. Here you go. Which video is this? Is this the first one?
This is the second one.
The second one. Have you played this game before? It's called Little Nightmares. And
I love the seriousness.
so, yeah, that's me.
That's so
She-
good.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Dude, your scream is like unbelievable. I don't know how to like scream. Like I don't scream. I'm
And I
like
could
like that.
Get out of here.
I swear to God.
I feel like I could see that.
Yeah,
Kinda
or
crazy.
I'm like like that. I don't think my voice goes that high, you know.
Yeah, mine definitely does.
But it's good. It's very
Thanks.
angelic like.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very Empyrean.
Please don't play that song. That movie still scares the shit out of me. I've seen it on the guide and I've gotten scared. Like
That's why you don't watch certain there are certain movies I'll never watch. You know?
the great people here at the Good People Association, we donate a lot of money to some of those Texas charities when they go into all this weather.
Oh, and you had to watch a movie?
I have to watch Poltergeist. It's coming up here soon.
Yeah, you see, I can't do anything that's satanic or demonic.
Yeah, no way.
Or like deranged.
That's why those VR things for what was that movie? You know, the movie where the girl vomits everywhere. Exorcist. I had to do the Exorcist VR 5 stages of it.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. Nothing satanic, demonic. It just creeps me out. It's too dark. And then also like anything deranged, like psychopath deranged. I can't deal with that.
Yeah, no, I don't want any of that.
I'd rather watch people being like, and I'd rather watch people being like axe murdered.
Whoa. I can't do that one.
And if it's like a creepy, like Halloween,
Jason.
Like Michael Myers or things like that, like those types of things really freak me out because it's like
it could happen.
It's dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Texas. One time I watched 10 minutes of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then I had to call my mom to come pick me up because I was like 13 at like a sleepover.
Yeah, I watched The Ring like by myself.
I said I was sick and left, which I was in the head.
Yeah.
I watched The Ring. I watched The Ring with a girl in college because I thought I was like, you know.
I was in middle school and it ruined me.
I don't ever want to go to Seattle. Like I don't even like the rain after that movie. It's always raining in that movie. Like what's gonna?
Always raining.
Like who? Like you see a house in the middle of a field and it's raining. Guaranteed, there's something in there.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
No effing way.
Yeah, no. And it doesn't even hold up that well.
Barno thinks says watch Hereditary. Yeah, the Wangers
Hereditary.
The Wangers forced me to do that. That movie scared the crap out of me for. At one point in the movie, I leaned over. I was going to leave, and then I was leaving when the movie was all over. There was these 6 like teenage girls in the front row. And they're like, "Are you okay?" It's like, yeah, they're like,
you're like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm cool. Okay, I was cool in high school. I was on the swim team.
I was about to go steal some snacks from the concession stand. So what?
Get my arm stuck. You guys want ho-hos? I got them.
What's the sound effect from that? It's like, where like the little girl like makes like a weird clicking noise.
I don't know.
Yes.
Stop it.
Hereditary also got really dark and weird at the end too, especially. But yeah, no, that movie creeped me out.
All right. Well, this has been the Positivity Report. Thank you all for tuning in. It's been a heck of a Thursday. Sinead, you're always the best. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for just being you.
Hey, I can do that always.
Yeah, just the best. I don't know when we can get you back in, but obviously you're always welcome.
Thanks, man.
I don't know your schedule. I know you're filming, and I know you're busy.
Yeah,
so.
I'll have to look.
Yeah.
Thursdays are usually good, but yeah, whenever I am available, then I'll be here. It's fun.
You're the best. Thank you all for tuning in. The GPA.fun. You can become members of the Bucket Club. Merch.thegpa.fun. The merch store is up today. Later today, Ken Knapsack will be here with Internet for Old People. It's very, very funny. Tomorrow on the show, Mark Ellis will join us. And then tomorrow, Josh Brady. I just came up with the title. You ready for this? It's Joe Prano versus Matt Nost. They're 2 comedian buddies. You know Matt Nost.
Yeah.
Right? Joe Prano, a great hosts a great sports podcast. I'm calling it Joe versus the Volcanost.
Oh, that's good.
You like that?
That's a dad joke right there.
See? Crushed it.
Love it.
Thank you all for joining. Remember, it's a lot easier to love than hate. Find the good. We'll see you tomorrow.